As a responsible person with growing concerns for your privacy and personal liberty, you want to know where we're headed and what you can do about it. We ask the experts what you need to do to take prudent and responsible action to safeguard your family's wealth and well-being, and what basic first steps will help you to be aware and prepared. ReluctantPreppers.com.
What about these other stories of, for example, Germany asking for their gold back and being told you can't have it for years? Are there other examples like that? And what the heck is going on there? Why can't they just give it back to them?
Well, the secrets that are in the gold market are phenomenal, and they're both on the long side and short side as far as physical. I mean, the amount of German gold that supposedly is out there that the U.S. won't give back is much less than is what is traded every day on the LBMA and transferred supposedly in real gold on the LBMA. So, you know, what's the problem with giving the Germans their gold back if every day supposedly on the LBMA that amount plus more is transferred on the LBMA? The markets are completely false. What's going on behind the scenes is a reshuffling of where the gold is. There's a lot more gold out there than people are saying, than the banks and the GFMSs of the world and all the mainstream analysts say there's only been about 180,000 tons of gold ever mined in the world, which would take up 2 Olympic-sized swimming pools. Completely ridiculous. The number was made up in the 1960s by Harry Oppenheimer, who owned GFMS at the time, and he got his accountants to compile these numbers. Well, Harry Oppenheimer's the same guy who owns De Beers Diamonds, and it's all about rigging the quantity so that the price of your commodity is higher than what it is. There's all kinds of stories and actual proof of massive amounts of gold in Asia with Yamashita's gold. Who knows how much that was? That was rumored to be over 300,000 tons. How much gold is in the Grand Canyon? They found millions and millions of tons in the Grand Canyon in the early 1900s. It is still off limits to anybody to go in there. It's guarded by the U.S. Marines, and no one can go in there, not even presidents. And they've been holding this gold and other gold, Chocolate Mountain in California, in a military base, supposedly in the late 90s or early 90s. They flew all these senators out there because they had this gigantic gold mine, and they put it in a military base and said, we're not going to do anything with this gold until after people stop accepting these pieces of paper. So we have there's a lot hidden in the gold world. A lot of it's starting to come out, but don't believe anything you hear about, when you hear numbers of, they can't get 10 tons of gold or 15 tons of gold or even a couple hundred tons of gold, because that amount of gold supposedly transfers every day on the LBMA.
Is the same true in your mind for availability of silver then? Some people even said, I've heard that silver is actually scarcer as an investment metal to get a hold of than gold. Is there any truth to that?
I believe there's a lot of truth to it for various reasons. One, pretty much all the gold that's been dug out of the ground is still around, and most of it goes into jewelry or in an investment form like bars and coins. It's not consumed like silver is. Silver is all consumed, not all, but a large portion of it, in electronics and flat screen TVs and solar panels. The estimates are there's about 1 to 2 billion ounces of silver that are left in the world, whereas in gold there's over 5 billion ounces, if you believe the Harry Oppenheimer story. So yeah, I do believe. Don't look at price, because price is artificially set on the COMEX and the LBMA. They've been controlling the prices since day one. If you want to think of a more realistic price, look at the supply and demand numbers. Look at the amount in the ground. I think it's 12-to-1 ratio. Right now, it's over 70-to-1 ounces of silver to buy an ounce of gold. But remember, that has to do with the in-ground availability. Above ground, it's a 1-to-1 ratio pretty much, and that's kind of the big question. Once silver and gold are stopped being rigged by these guys on the COMEX and the LBMA, where will the price settle out? I think it'll be closer to the 10-to-1 ratio. So silver will go up at least 7 times the amount that gold goes up. But you could also see very simply, easily see a ratio closer to 1 to 1, because in actuality, there's very, very little secret silver out there, and there's a whole lot of secret gold.